Good afternoon. It's a Friday. Thank God it's a Friday, and I'm back over here with the hashtag DLG plus to dispatch. So what's buzzing around? The markets are good in good mood today. Friday. It's thank God it's Friday. On the verge of closing, we are talking this at around 12:45. So in another maybe 3 hours, 2.5 hours, you can call it. 2 hours, 45 minutes, 15 minutes. The markets will be switched off for the week, and people will have their weekends starting from 3:30 onwards. Most of the metro cities, if you go, the bars are packed. The restaurants, the food joints are decked because they have the late lunch and then the outings and the show and everything. And even I'm traveling after market gets over, so I'm very much in my casual wear, and I have allowed today this ambience to let the voice be heard around, because the voice around us needs to be heard. So you can hear probably the birds chirping, a fan is moving, and let that disturbance come in. That disturbance of voice has to be there. Most of the time, the voice is not heard. So let the voice be heard. So we click in, we log in as to what's happening, and in that scenario, in that situation, while we take a leap, what's gone on the dateline, the hashtag DLG dispatch. So I'll just share that screen with you, idea as to what's happening over here. So in Dateline Gujarat News.com, which has been published yesterday night, late night around 1 or 2, it has gone on social media handles also. This is your the Friday reality check. That's the introduction basically. Then there is your daily briefing. Then there is, of course, your market commentary. And after your market commentary, we have the of course, there are some videos also which you can view basically, and then there's a details basically on how the markets have behaved. What have been the reasons behind that behavior, what is the outlook for today, and the key sectors to watch. This we are going to bring in as a pre-market wrap up very soon. Let's see, we do it from Monday, and the key sectors to watch. There's a detailing on that. Then there is a detailing on the India market, India indices, a review on that. What have been the reasons for the performance and the outlook? And then there is business buzz, the business pulse, what is happening in the business space. Then there are economic events and earnings today happening, and we're talking on that as well. And finally, the trading strategy. What are the brokerages looking at? What is the brokerage's vantage point for today? What areas they are in? What shares they are recommending? And finally, the news wires from the mainstream section, from the from the market news wires, from the indices, of course, global India, and then the business news wires. And after that, you have probably the India news wires as well. So there are India news wires, and after India news wires, you have the Gujarat news wires. Long list. So after Gujarat news wires, you have the weather news wires. And that's end of the wrap. That's the wrap of the edition today. So I'll stop screen and we'll move ahead, as to what's happening in other spaces. So let us understand that what is the news buzzing around. And if we take a call on the news which is buzzing around, let me give you a fair idea as to what's happening in this space. I'll open all the infographic images for you so we can surf that easily. And once that is done, we'll take it just a moment. There is some other thing also happening parallelly on the system. So, yeah, these things happen. Some or the other window just pops up sometimes, making it sure it's me. Yeah, it's me, of course. So it's trying to again understand my bio kind of login. So here we go. Uh, I mean, uh, I'll share the screen once again with you so it becomes easy for us to share those windows. Here we go. And so, what is there today when we talk of the news from the business desk? From the business desk, you will see a lot of variety of news from national and international publications. So this is what we want to bring in actually. So the Sensex has gone up. That's a good news. Nifty has gone up. These by gains from IT and other, defensive stocks. July 3 market review, Wall Street cues, FII activities. This is there, which is being read the most. Amazon Prime Day sale 20% and other products which are there on the discount. That's there in the business news. And Forex Factory US hike cool. Soften jobs data. So experts reveal 6 mistakes that have been there. This is also being discussed in the business pack. New US Central Bank boss political independence amid Trump pressure. See, these are the foreign publications. Okay, these are not. I mean, these are not the Indian publications. So there are some news from the foreign publications as well. Uh, Not Devon, the balanced budget and these areas, and not Devon, some other news is also there from there. So we'll go to another screen and we'll see as to what's happening in there, what's there from the tech desk. So the tech desk news is mainly GSM Arena, foldable iPhone. They have manufactured almost 10 million handsets. That's 1 crore handsets. So fold iPhone is anytime on the verge of getting into the market. Uh, there have been some e-rickshaw things, applications which are now being talked about, and there is some news about the Samsung deals also as well. The Nothing Phone edition is officially designed and it's revealed, and there is some news about N6 where Himesh Reshamia is kind of teasing that teaser. That's how it is. So these are the news from the tech desk, and let's see what's going ahead, what's buzzing. If I have to, if I have to break this news basically of which is reported by NDTV and First Post, this news is really interesting. This news speaks as to. Let me come on that news, because this is a very interesting news, and it speaks mainly, that there have been some there have been some bizarre pranks being played out in Delhi on the Chinese, and the Chinese app is being thrown. So this is pertaining to some e-rickshaw. This is pertaining to some Chinese app. This is news which has been reported by NDTV and First Post on e-rickshaw place. So this news is something, which is picking the momentum, and government is serious about this app. That what sort of pranks are being played on this app which is there in Delhi, which is out in Delhi, and this. So there is a detailed news you can read on this. You can search this on Google, and that's where you will get a fair idea. We connect on other developments. So apart from the tech desk, when we go to world politics, what's happening in the world politics is interesting. World politics has a lot of news, lot of news. So what's there in the world politics? In the world politics space, if you see, uh, horse trading on in Maharashtra switch sides, FIRs vanishes. This is from Live Law. Then there is a Supreme Leader Khamenei's. So the news is dominated largely by the Iran's Supreme Leader's Khamenei's burial. Then there are some pop-ups scrolling. So just wait for that. Uh, there is some news even from Maharashtra. There is some news from the Japan summit. There is a news from US and Iran things about the oil tanker approved and all that. So this is the pack of the world news. You will see right from 59 minutes ago till yesterday, all the news has been covered, which are important ones. And several killed in massive blast in Syria. So this is happening in Middle East. So there is a Middle East pack, which is led by Khamenei's body arrives at Tehran complex for funeral. Uh, US saved Iran's Agrachi and Delhi from Israeli kill plots. That's the news with a question mark by NDTV. Urdu is an Indian language, which is said by Murli Manohar Joshi. That is reported by Hindu. Iran to hold a 6 days funeral for Khamenei. Son Moshtaba to visit, basically. That's the news. And why PM Modi referred to Japan's Saikichi as his little sister. That's being a piece by Hindustan Times. And Vijay government formed through defections. TVK accuses of rivals for poaching MLAs. So this news, somewhere or the other is making some or the other headlines that how these developments are shaping. And dissent buzz in Punjab Congress after Manish Tiwari posts some rejig. And energy ties with sister Japan fuel reliance boost amid West Asia crisis. So the energy pipe is being, somewhere repaired by India after the Strait of Hormuz supply chain blockages. Supreme Leader Moshtaba to skip father's funeral over security fears. So that's the reason he won't be there. Donald Trump renews attacks on defense spending levels ahead on the NATO summit. That's what he is telling. Iran wants oil tankers to use approved route and face forceful response. Iran blames US as ship runs aground in Hormuz. Tracking data tells a different story. That is done by Indian Express. There's a border counties advisor which reads on this. Iran wants oil tankers. There's a mix of national and international news headlines which you can read over here, which you can get a fair sense as to what is buzzing in the news space. After Pak, it's Bangladesh, Myanmar, China plans a new corridor bordering India. So this is some news which is of a worry. And Trump indicates potential Doonback visit for Irish Open is open on cards. So that he might go. So he's trying to build his optics basically. Former AIDMK Minister Vijay Bhaskar and senior leaders joined TVK. This is the news, and Telegraph India reads of Iran invites Kharge and Congress leaders to let Ayatollah Khomeini's burial. Now, whether Congress would go, they would send some representative from India would go or not. That's a big question. Hundreds protest against the plans to house 600 asylum seekers in barracks. That's a Daily Mail report and dailymail.co.uk. And MAGA insiders confide worst fears about Trump's $1 billion haul. So this is, a gambit of all the news from national and international space, and this is what you can read over here. This is what you can understand that what is really buzzing across the world in India. Let's go to some developments from Health and Science Desk. So Forbes says that 26 states may see aurora on July 4. That's tomorrow. And Bloomberg says lessons from India's big antibiotic breakthrough, which has been done recently, which has been reported in several Dr. Reddy's laboratory or probably Vocard and all these companies, the way they made their few US FDA approvals, this is probably a piece which needs to be read. And chemistry views, Lathamine Lumiscience, Collins Staff Assembly, this is what is happening over there. Pharmaceutical Journal says everything you need to know about GLP-1s for the weight loss. And NDTV says scientists from synthetic cell from scratch. So scientists create a synthetic cell from scratch into a lab. That is now a breakthrough. And June's heat wave is a new normal. That's what is reported by Warwickshire World. So this is what is happening in Europe. And mRNA vaccines are proven safe. That is what NDTV has reported. When the next heat wave could hit UK, that's again there in the reading chronicle. So this is all about health, science, climate change. What's happening in the world, what's happening in India. Let's see what is there from the Education and Jobs Desk. ICAI CA Foundation Day on May 26 results into 11 a.m. checks code, qualifying marks and step to download. That's the news. NET UG 226 retest results to be declared before July 20, says the National Testing Authority. And top 20 USPC UPSC current affairs pointers of the past week. So these are the areas which is there mainly in Education and Job Desk. Biggest AI risk for graduates isn't losing job, it's finding one. Very true. Yesterday I was going through some detailing on even on LinkedIn, and that also it read the same thing. It's not about the losing the jobs, but it's finding a job. Every job now demands an AI skill. So AI skilling has become a kind of an additional area for every profession. NET JEE admissions may include up to 50% weightage for board exams. That's reported by Indian Express. And Gujarat government to launch AI-powered platform to coach job aspirants. It's a good news. In Gujarat, unfortunately, when people go for the government jobs in Gandhinagar, they are being mistreated. Their private parts are being hit. They are taken into the custody. Now the government is launching a AI-powered platform to coach the job aspirants. It's a good news, but these job aspirants would be looking for the job in government or private sector. That's a big question. And what sort of AI training would AI-powered platform give you? Because we do this news on AI-powered platform. It's really a tedious task to get some even basic detailing from AI. AI can probably give you the most graphical, best representation if you have a right kind of a prompt. But when it talks of basic computing, there are several issues on that. So let's wait and watch it. After all, it's a good news. Let's welcome this. Uh, from Sports and Entertainment Desk, Alpha movie has been released. 1.5 crore, that is the advance booking, and 5.3 crore, that's 2.5 thousand tickets sold, and 5.3 crores advance booking kind of things have been reported. Pritham and Pedro review is out. FIFA World Cup, Algeria versus Switzerland, that's going on. 13 years old chess genius. This is something which is happening. Portugal come back win 2-1 against Russia. So this is the news, and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce secretly married. That is the news which is making rounds. And of course, in football also, in England favorites versus Mexico. That's the news happening. And Planet Israel film screening is happening. That's the news. Another Cement Kirby is the cast in the new Netflix film. And box office flop crosses 1 billion. This is a very interesting news. This is a movie, a Telugu movie. Uh, it is Jaya Janaki Nayakan, and there has been a Hindi version of this by Pen, which is titled as Kokar. In 7 years, this has reached the 1 billion views. This is after the Gangnam video of South Korea. This benchmark has been received. So, this digital economy is something where the flop becomes a hit and hit becomes a flop. It is very interesting. It's all about the number game. It's not about what sort of information is being laid around. And Puppy has been rescued from the Afghan war zone. This is a good news which has been reported by North Devon Gazette. So this is a mix again of news from Alaska to Auckland. That's what we call it. And in a general development, a Venezuelan man has been rescued after 8 days. He said that don't tell my wife our Venezuelan, how he was trapped in the rubble and how he was rescued after 8 days. This reminds me in the 2001 earthquake in Bhuj, when we had gone to cover one operation where the rescuers were to rescue. We came to know we had reached Pachau, and we came to know that rescuers had to rescue. They were rescuing one baby, one newborn baby. And trust me, it was a moment of joy when that newborn baby was rescued from that rubble. And everybody had cheered that. I would look ahead, to do a story again on that survivor if she is there in Bachau. It was in 2001. So today we are talking 2026. So she might have been, of course, it was a baby girl. So she might have been 25 years today. So let's see if we can try to connect and do that story again. So this is largely the development which we have been talking across the day. Stay tuned, stay connected. We'll keep on bringing such developments on daily basis and afternoon. Uh, we are trying to do something on the pre-market, so let's see how fast we can do it. But till then, this is the kind of news pack you have today. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for being patient, and please do give your constructive suggestions so that we can keep on improving on ourselves. Thanks a lot.